Hey guys, I'm Ashley, and welcome to my You versus You podcast. There's a little you and there's a big you. And this space is going to be all about unpacking what that means. We're going to be unraveling the identity that you think is you but might not actually be who you truly are. We're going to be talking about the healing that people find along the way, the supernatural, and everything in between. We're going to take you from the bottom, little you, who's keeping you stuck with all of the negative programs and the limiting beliefs to help you rise back to the top, to big you, which is your limitless potential. We are all down here to serve the higher good. And let's just heal, get vulnerable, share our wins and our losses, and let's rise together. Thanks for being here, and I really hope you enjoy the next episode. Why this podcast exists. If you're listening to this right now, you're probably someone who's been growing, healing, questioning, or waking up to the deeper layers of who you really are. And that's exactly why I created this podcast. For years, I was living on autopilot. I was checking all of the boxes, doing the things, taking care of everyone else first, just like many of us do. Something unexpected happened. I took a female embodiment course and I was on the path of self-healing when I stumbled into what people call Christ consciousness. Not religion, not dogma, not rules, but awareness, presence, a higher perspective, a deep inner knowing that was both peaceful and wildly disruptive. Because once you see yourself clearly, once you remember yourself clearly, you can't unsee it. That's the moment that cracked me wide open and left me wanting to know what the hell just happened. This realization took me down a 2+ year journey of questioning everything I believed, learning about intuition, energy, and consciousness, understanding the little you versus the big you, the battle happening inside all of us, diving into healing, triggers, identity, patterns, and inner dialogue, and rebuilding myself from the inside out. Something no one ever taught me before. And at some point, I realized something huge. My journey wasn't just about me. It was about anyone who's ever felt the nudge to grow but had no idea where to start. So, this podcast is my offering. It's a space for real conversations about real transformation. This podcast is a soft place for deep topics, stories from people who have grown through life, practical tools for healing and consciousness, conversations that meet you where you are, honest reflections from my own journey, a reminder that you're not alone, a guide inward to the you that's always been there, just watching you make every single mistake while you try to figure it out. What this podcast is not. It's not religious. It's not preachy. It's not love and light only. It's not a highlight reel, and it's not toxic positivity. This is real. This is grounded. This is the middle, and most of life actually happens here. The little you versus big you concept, it's changed me and my husband's life. This is kind of our little phrase that we've coined to try to get people to understand what we're trying to tell them. There are two versions of you inside your body. The little you, the conditioned, reactive, patterned version, the one that has been grown from childhood, actually from the moment you were born. We'll get into it. The little you. It's just the little you. It's David likes to call it the little bitch. It's the whiner. It's the devil. Whichever word analogy makes it pop in your head, that's the little you. That's the one that talks trash. tells you you're not good enough, tells you you can't accomplish those things that you feel like you can set your mind to. And the big U, the capital U, that's the higher, grounded, conscious, healed version of you. And it does exist. You might not know that it exists, but it is your higher self. It's the God nature of you, not the little you, which is your human nature. Every day, these two versions wrestle every single day. Some of you, probably around my age, 40-ish, we had those cartoons of the angel and the devil on our shoulders. It's basically what it is, you guys. The little you, that's the version that tries to keep you small. But the big you is the version keeps calling you forward. It's not in a destructive way, but in a refining way. But again, that's your choice. It's all about perspective and mindset here. You can think it's a destructive way, but if you relabel it to being a refinement process, everything changes for the better. This podcast is about that journey, the tug of war between who you've been and who you're becoming, or who you want to become. Maybe you have the version of you and you haven't even started to take that step forward yet. That's what this podcast is for. You'll hear my personal breakthroughs, hear stories that shaped my journey of awakening, tools that you can use immediately, energetic insights, episodes about identity, alignment, boundaries, intuition, and more. Deep questions that make you feel seen, and eventually some honest conversations with guests. My final message is if you're here because you're growing, you're healing, you're curious, you're evolving, or you're ready to become the next version of yourself, then welcome. You are in the right place. Hey guys, so I really hope that you enjoyed that episode, and I can't wait for you to keep diving in to more of what this little you versus big you journey is all about. You're going to find all kinds of topics in a slow drip process here about consciousness, about healing, about energy, and everything in between. The episodes that are going to be in this podcast are going to blow your mind, but it is going to be a slow drip information type of process. And if you have already been on a healing journey and you need more clarity and more answers, don't hesitate to book a one-to-one session. They're open now, and my link is below. And I would love to work with you one-on-one because it's just me and you, and it's private, and you can get clarity faster. But if you're not in a hurry, welcome. This podcast is going to be awesome, and you're going to find so many answers to help turn your life around for the better. Become the author of your life. Write the script, see what happens.